2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Oh, they had fashion on their minds as they entered the building. Soon, the only thing the Spurs will be thinking of, and with Bree.
Hey, Kevin, you made...
It's a terrific story. David, thank you. And now the Lakers starting group. Nowitzki is out there with Richmond. Then it's Kareem. Then there's Allen. And it's Wade in at the point guard position. And for the Spurs, they've got Olajuwon. Hardaway is out there with West. And it's Duncan. And it's Bryant in at the small forward position. Allen passes to Wade. Inside. Here's Nowitzki. It's stolen by West. Hardaway, that's a two-pointer. It doesn't go for him. So the Lakers will take it the other way. Down low. Trying to get open is Nowitzki. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Duncan. Lakers working the ball around now. Allen kicks to Wade. Back to Allen. Fires the three. Drills the three-pointer.
And this is Allen's game. One of the quickest releases we've ever seen. Amazing shooting off that pass.
Pass to Duncan. Outside Hardaway. Outside Kobe. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And here are the Lakers. Here's Richmond. Duncan with the block.
And that's part of his game. Love seeing Duncan just sky up there to reject shots. Does a great job of utilizing that wingspan along with his timing.
That drops, and it comes off the assist from Hardaway.
And knocking down shots in the mid-range area really forces teams to have to adjust their defense.
And you know, the adjustments should have already been made. They know he's a good shooter from that spot.
Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Here's Richmond. Here's Abdul-Jabbar, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And just look at the grace, the agility, versatility that Jabbar brings to the center position. Can beat you in so many ways.
West with a wide open look. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
This is why you're trying to get him as many touches as possible. He's got the neck.
Shoots from the elbow. Again, Los Angeles.
Dwayne Wade has always been dangerous in the pick and roll, and like a fine wine, he's only getting better.
West passes to Duncan. Dwight Howard pulls it in. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Here's Wade. Softly drops in the floater. Wade's got his second basket of the game.
Wade's got a whole bag of tricks for finishing inside. Sometimes the floater is the right fit.
Olajuwon kicks to Bryant. West outside. To the right side. Here's Duncan. A rebound by the Lakers.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor. And Howard still has more than enough lift here to finish off plays like that.
And here's Bryant for 3. He doesn't hit that one. And so the first quarter is in the books. Los Angeles on top. They lead by 7. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
And they have the guys to do it. Play to your strengths, and they can make up for some of your weaknesses.
And And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So the Lakers 5 right now. They've got Maravich. Howard is out there with Abdul-Jabbar. Then it's Mullen. And it's Thomas in at the point guard. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But two other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. You know, two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become, and it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
The shot's good from Mullen.
And this is where Mullen is most dangerous, a consistent three-point shooter with textbook form.
Havlicek, the pass to Parker. We've got 1:23 left to play here in the half. Fades and shoots. It's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the rebound. Abdul-Jabbar's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Mullen. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Mullen's got the lead up to 11 now for Los Angeles. And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Abdul-Jabbar. Richmond comes in for Mullen. Wade, he's checked in for Maravich. And it's Stockton in for Isaiah Thomas. Pass to Hardaway. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Hardaway has got his first basket.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
Stockton passes to Wade. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by.
Missing that one helps out all the analytical guys from the mid-range.
That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Hardaway.
Excellent timing on that play and a wonderful pass.
Stockton passes to Howard. Back to Stockton. Wade surveying the D. And Hakeem Olajuwon pulls it down. Hardaway passes to Olajuwon.
Well, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Spurs shooting their first free throws of the game. First free throw is good. And Olajuwon drops them both. One second left. That shot, no good. So that'll be it for the first half.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, the Lakers did not hesitate to set the pace. Amped up and ready off the tip. And that's...
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Chris Mullen with a strong contribution so far in this one.
I guess you could say his performance transcends the stat sheet.
Well, there are guys who worry about their numbers. He is not one of those guys, believe me.
West is out there with Hardaway. Then there's Kobe. Then it's Olajuwon. And it's Duncan in at the power forward. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. Trying to get open is Nowitzki. That one goes. Count it. Wade's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Lakers. For 3, West. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Abdul-Jabbar's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Wade finds Allen. Nowitzki with it. Lets it go from the wing. He squares up and sinks it. And it's a 9-point Los Angeles lead.
I tell you what, he came out of that locker room raring to go.
Here's the 3. Tries to save it. San Antonio again missing.
Ooh, they've come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts. Using his height and length there to prevent the second chance opportunity.
Ryan in the post, working on Abdul-Jabbar. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Spurs trail by 9. Here's Parker. That's good, and it's Bryant with the assist. Parker's got 5 points so far.
Sneaking inside, converting the high percentage look. Something Parker does well.
Passes it to Allen. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. And the Lakers lead by 9. Parker against Westbrook. Outside Anthony. Here's Olajuwon. And he banks in the layup.
And that's just too deep. Olajuwon with way too many moves in there, almost automatic.
Outside Westbrook. There's 14 seconds left in the third quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Lets it go with a 3. It's good from long range.
And this is big. I mean, when Westbrook is connecting from deep, it just opens everything else up for his offense.
And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers going into the break with a 10-point lead. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. Right back after this break. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, you also have the location of the pass. Puts it right where it needs to be, where his man can do something with it.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Richmond is out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Dwayne Wade. Then it's Stockton. And it's Howard in at the 5 spot. Parker's shot is off.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
You know, he's had a handful of seasons in the top 10 in assists. Wade is a gifted passer.
Richmond against Bryant. Here's Olajuwon, and it's sent back by Howard. And he recovers it. That one's good. The Laker lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Olajuwon. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Lobbed up there for Howard. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Blessed with point guard skills, Wade very comfortable running the pick and roll.
Bryant looking over the floor. Here's Olajuwon. No good that time. Some solid D from Nowitzki. Lakers leading by 12. Richmond kicks to Nowitzki. Wade outside. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
You know, he's built like a running back. Wade can bounce off contact.
West is checked in for San Antonio. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Thomas is checked in.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Lakers.
The biggest factor tonight had to be their great shooting. They shot much better than the other team.
Yeah, they were working hard on both sides of the floor, but that sky-high field goal percentage, plus the pressure defense, will force the other team into a lot of misses. Love the effort tonight.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Dwayne Wade.
And how many times throughout the course of the evening did he make a momentum-changing play? I thought his relentlessness really keyed their success.
Duncan with the block. Ryan against Nowitzki. Pulls up. High post. And that one goes long.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
Hardaway passes to West. Ryan against Richmond. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Outside, Kobe. The pass to West. Lets it go from deep. They get it again. Duncan on the follow.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Wade against Hardaway. Now Wade. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have
Billie Jean, Christian Dior. I'm up in all the stores. When it rains, it pours. She like the way my canary. Billie Jean, Christian Dior. I'm up in all the stores. When it rains, it pours. She like the way
scribble the stanza as my hands are trembling. Grade 7 made heaven out of words. I began to build a world that only I inhabit. I got a habit of rapping about tragedy.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting fives. Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Now Golden State's starting five. Tracy McGrady is out there with Garnett. Then there's Robertson. Then it's LeBron James. And it's Shaq in at the center filling out the middle. And for the Nets, Malone is out there with Robinson. And it's Durant. Then it's Nash. And it's Jordan in at the two guard. And it's the Warriors to start out. James looking it over. Garnett trying to break loose. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Just can't say enough about what LeBron James can do on the floor. That time with the handle, terrific at moving the defense around.
Now here's Nash. Here's Jordan, and the pass to Malone. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan.
And I'll bet that's what they talked about before the game, getting the ball inside early.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to catch up with Brooklyn's head coach. The issue that concerns him the most about the team they're facing tonight is matching up with that quickness. He said, at times we may go with a smaller and quicker lineup ourselves. Other times we have to use our physicality. It really depends on the flow of the game. Guys, we'll see how this one turns out.
Thank you, David. And he comes up with the deuce.
I love watching Robinson work there in the paint. Possesses that strength and touch around the basket.
Here's Robertson. The Warriors keep it going. A new 14-second shot clock. And it's LeBron missing.
Defense as tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
A nice shot by Nash.
Yeah, and this is what happens when you have a scorer like Jordan on the floor. He attracts all that attention defensively, leaving guys wide open.
Here's Robertson. Steve Nash making his last shot. Over Nash. The shot's good from Robertson.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
Just about 2 minutes into the game. First quarter of basketball. Outside, KD. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, the defender overreaches there. Durant recognizes it and quickly baits him into that foul.
The Nets shooting their first free throws of this game.
And as a group, they shot 75% from the line last season.
And the first one drops.
Well, he's won an MVP. He's won a championship. He's won a gold medal. He's been the MVP in the finals. It's a pretty full resume for one Kevin Durant.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Sabonis, he's checked in for Robinson. Peja Stojakovic comes in for Malone. Dominique Wilkins, he's checked in for Jordan. And it's Johnson in for Nash.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Here's James. Garnett trying to break loose. And it's LeBron missing.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
Stojakovic kicks to KD. Hits the three-point bomb. KD's got 5 now.
Just one smooth, elongated motion. Durant is just a machine and so repeatable on his delivery.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Tumbo is checked in for the Warriors. Morning comes in for Kevin Garnett. 24 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Drexler, and finished off by Drexler.
How about the explosive vertical there. Not much you can do to stop Drexler once he gets to the rim.
Now here's Durant. He's got 5. From deep, and the Nets another 3.
And just when you think he might have drifted too far out, Durant, with his legendary touch, proves you wrong.
It's not going to go for him. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
We've got Johnson. Durant is out there with Peja Stojakovic. Then it's Wilkins. And it's Sabonis in at the 5. So that's the Nets 5. Kidd kicks to LeBron. With the floater, finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5. Now the passion in New York as a pro sports city, Greg, is unquestioned. Talk about the pros and cons, though, of being a player in New York.
You know, the opportunity personally and professionally is immense, no doubt about it, but so is the media scrutiny. It can be very intense, and the fanaticism does make it hard to live a normal existence, and I think the guys who embrace being in a city like New York are the ones that typically are able to perform at the highest level.
So you can either thrive because of it or wilt because of it, just kind of what your personal preference is.
You called it, partner, and I have seen it happen both ways.
Oh, I bet. Here's Mourning. Tough break there, shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. The shot by Wilkins, and good coming off the assist by Magic Johnson.
And the insane peripheral vision there. If anyone's open, even for an instant, Magic's gonna find you.
And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. New group in for the Nets. Robinson's checked in for Sabonis. Malone comes in for Kevin Durant. Michael Jordan is checked in for Stojakovic. Nash is subbed in for Wilkins. Different look here for the Warriors. Shaq's checked in for Mutombo. Garnett comes in for Mourning. Tracy McGrady's checked in for James. And it's Robertson in for Jason Kidd. And the dunk by O'Neal.
And how about the reach of O'Neal there? A huge target for his teammates on these alley-oops.
Nash outside. Pass to Jordan. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Nets leading by 6. Pass to Nash. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Johnson against Garnett. 6 on the shot clock. And the basket by Johnson.
And when you have this kind of size as a point guard, what a tremendous advantage. Magic can really match up with all 5 positions.
Robertson passes to Garnett. And it's slammed in by Garnett.
And Wade to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Jordan up top. McGrady covering. Robinson. The shot will not fall. Shaq with some nice D. With 1 on the clock. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a sit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, back. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They lead by 10. Kenny, how'd you see it? And that...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And Golden State looking at who they've got. They've got Shaquille O'Neal. LeBron James is out there with Robertson. Then it's Tracy McGrady, and it's Garnett in at the 4 slot. Back to Robertson. There's the 3. Warriors the rebound. They shoot again. Robinson with the block.
And there you see why Robinson is the anchor of this defense. Massive wingspan, easily allowing him to turn away shots. And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
Greg, with your son getting drafted, you join the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duos.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland, and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
and now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son is a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad that's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think you're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds. Jason Kidd is checked in for Robertson. And so Jordan nails both of them.
And the defining trait of the greatest of superstars, Jordan makes the players around him better. Mentally, in terms of effort, and in terms of their performance.
LeBron kicks to McGrady. Rebounded by the Nets.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Nash, the pass to Malone. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. Malone's got the lead up to 13 now for the Nets.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Nash with it. He's picked up by James. Nash dishes to Jordan. Here's Malone. Sinks that one from the post. Malone's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Timeout called the Warriors.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they're like a 4-day-old soda right now, just flat. They're missing shots left and right and just not playing their best.
Brooklyn making some changes. Wilkins is checked in for Robinson, and it's Johnson in for Jordan. The Warriors also with a sub. Clyde Drexler's checked in for James. Kidd with the bucket.
And how about O'Neal zipping passes over to his guys, using that height to find open teammates?
Kidd against Durant. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Kidd against Nash. McGrady outside. Kept alive. Here's Garnett. On the money from 12 feet away.
He was wide open, but just to make sure, he put a little fade on that jumper.
Johnson outside. Nash Nash the pass to Malone. It's blocked by Shaq.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length. And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Now Nash. Johnson outside. Over Drexler. And it's Johnson that time on the assist by Nash. Johnson's got his second bucket. And so it's Brooklyn looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up. Lots more scorers now, but right there creating the scoring opportunity for his teammate.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Dominique Wilkins. Sabonis is out there at Malone. Then it's Magic Johnson. And it's Stojakovic in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Garnett with the block. And it's the Warriors on the break. Shots good by Drexler.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
And here is Johnson. To the inside. And the basket by Malone.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
To the paint, O'Neal. That shot, no good. Nice D from Sabonis. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touched by Sabonis. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting. You know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV soon. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
Oh, that was something else.
Oh, my goodness. The creativity, the athleticism of Michael Jordan.
Johnson against Robertson, and the dunk by O'Neal.
Not getting old here, seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Nets. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Pass to Jordan. And then Jordan slams it in.
And that time the screener rolls and Jordan has room to get the shot he wants, makes a good decision to keep that one himself.
Feeds to O'Neal. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for Brooklyn.
If they had to battle for this win, there were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the floor of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for KD.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand. Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it's tough to mount a comeback like this and then fall oh so short. I'm sure that's weighing on them just a little bit.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Van Beers checked in for Robinson. Rambis comes in for Karl Malone. Johnson, he's checked in for Kevin Durant. And it's Scott in for Michael Jordan. Paul with the three. They get a hand on it, and that'll be Golden State as it goes out of bounds. Warriors retain possession. Here's Robertson. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
And the painted area is where Robertson can destroy you. He's just too strong and too skilled.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Nash against Paul. Good work defensively by Paul. The 3. That shot off. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity, and this is what they came out to do.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. See you later. It's always fun to look around and see fans singing our stuff. Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sport and the Clippers starting 5. They've got Ewing, Antetokounmpo out there with Davis. Then it's Curry. And it's Johnson in at the 2. And for Chicago, they've got Walton. He's out there with Russell. Irving is out there with Bird. And it's Kuzi in at point guard. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. Now here's Curry. Pass to Antetokounmpo. To the middle. And it's Davis with the jam.
The D could expect this to happen when they give Davis this type of positioning. It's really that simple.
And we heard Shaquille O'Neal bestow his Superman nickname on Giannis Antetokounmpo, and rightfully so. The Greek Freak, the most dominant paint scorer since Shaq himself.
Clippers with the ball after the Bulls pick up 2. Curry is inside. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Such confidence from Curry. I mean, you watch him take it inside, you think he were a bigger player.
And watching Antetokounmpo get to the rim can, GA, take your breath away.
Man, he can go around you, through you, or literally jump right over you. Call him the freak, Superman, what have you. None of it feels like an exaggeration.
Now here's Antetokounmpo after Julius Erving's miss.
Watch out. Antetokounmpo might be soft-spoken, but he's got a mean streak when it comes to attacking the hoop.
Now here's Walton. Rebound by the Clippers. And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. And the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And they really all have confidence in Antetokounmpo to run that set. That they're willing to put every aspect of their offense in his hands.
Now here's Walton. Bird outside. Count it.
They've tailored their offense around him. And let me tell you, he loves playing in this system.
Clippers have gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Here's Giannis, and the dunk by Giannis.
So strong. Giannis has really added some bulk since entering the league. Helps him absorb the contact.
Here's Kuzi. Here's Irving. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
On its way from Curry for 2. Larry Bird grabs the miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Kuzi. Great D that time from Giannis.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And Curry the bucket on the assist by Antetokounmpo. Curry's got 5 points so far.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Bird outside. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And we'll be back with you shortly. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Well, yeah, this is their preferred pace, and it's gotten them out to an early lead.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Thompson is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's O'Neal. Then there's Williamson. And it's Leonard in at the 3. Now here's Leonard. Greg is a broadcaster. Who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who was my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Here's Lillard after the made shot from Manu Ginobili. And that one's good, Lillard.
The outside shot of Lillard is pure. I mean, he always seems to have the look that's going in.
Ginobili the pass to Mikan. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. We're Worthy against Williamson. Great positioning on the putback.
Yeah, he just has such great command of that area of the floor. Mikan puts just as much effort into his offensive rebounding as he does at the other end.
Now here's Williamson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Leonard. And Baylor with the block. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Thompson against Ginobili. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2. Los Angeles leading by 4. Passes to Leonard. Over Baylor. And it's Leonard missing. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Ginobili, that's good.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Lillard outside. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
You can't do a lot to stop Lillard. He's amazing at absorbing contact on these drives.
And so it's Ginobili bringing it up now for the Chicago Bulls. Trailing by 4. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Baylor up top. He's covered by Leonard. The pass to Petrovic. Shot clock at 5. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Lillard with it. Got a hand on it. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. It was all about the Clippers as the game got going. Mentioned by some as a future MVP candidate. Penny, what will Zion? And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take it down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Antetokounmpo really making a difference here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
Bird is out there with Walton. Then it's Russell. Then there's Irving. And it's Kuzi in at the point. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Oh, he launched that one from way outside. Curry's got 8.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled.
And here is Walton. No points in the game yet for him. And Ewing with the block. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And those are plays that get you in front and keep you in front.
Here's Irving, and the slam dunk by Irving. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Curry kicks to Giannis. Back to Curry. Johnson outside. Floats it up for Curry. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson.
A flat-out loss of concentration. That kind of turnover would drive a coach crazy.
Reed, he's checked in for the Bulls. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for the Clippers. Ricky Rubio comes in for Steph Curry. Another shot. Yep, it goes. And the Clipper lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Willis Reed.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now, here's Rubio. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Willis Reed.
And, you know, for all the talk about Rubio's passing, I think one thing that gets overlooked is his defense. Both his on the ball and defensive rebounding are very strong for the point guard position.
And so Ricky Rubio nails both of them.
Oh, he's never rattled at the stripe. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
On the wing, Irving. Over Butler. Russell trying to free himself up. Good on that shot. And with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Irving. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 3 from three-point land here tonight. Now, here's Rubio. Not a lot of room. Irving against Butler. Irving misses. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
Antetokounmpo can't get it to go. The Bulls have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Pass to Kuzi. Back to Irving. Feeds it to Bird. For the lead. And he lays it up and in. Bird's got the lead up to 1 now for the Bulls.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Rubio outside. Down low. Here's Ewing. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Clippers lead by 1.
And how about the muscle inside from Ewing?
Oh, he gets it off before the horn.
How about that?
Wow, what a way to finish up the quarter.
Every once in a while, a prayer like that.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Bulls lead by 2 and will return shortly. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play right there.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, Steph Curry's out there with Johnson. And then there's Antetokounmpo. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's O'Neal in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And it's Walton missing.
It's not easy to keep him from converting those. I mean, the D has to be airtight.
Johnson can't get it to go.
They came close there to tying it up.
That was a really important possession, especially at this stage of the game. Painful miss. That's size winning out. I mean, he needed every single inch to haul in that one.
And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Using so many devices to get his shot. I mean, that time Curry on the catch and shoot.
To the inside, Walton. Good, nice job down low.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
And that's his strongest trait, the unselfishness from Kuzi. Fantastic at realizing when one of his guys has an opportunity for a clean look.
He gets that one. Leonard's got it all tied up now for Los Angeles.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. So for the Bulls, Russell, he's checked in for Reed. Worthy comes in for Baylor. And Irving subbed in for Manu Ginobili. And then for the Clippers, Ewing's checked in for O'Neal. And it's Anthony Davis in for Kawhi Leonard. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Billy Donovan talking to his team. He knows this has been a hard-fought game, and he wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
Thank you, David. The shot's good from Kuzi.
I tell you, Kuzi is pretty crafty down there on the block, has that sense of how to score in traffic.
Here's Ewing. Money!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Yeah, he approached that one with total confidence. He has what it takes to come through in the clutch.
It drops.
And you got to love Kuzi's ability to really create opportunities for his teammates. Just a pure point guard with superior passing skills.
And the Clippers call time here. They're behind by 4. 51 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game.
And he's just been crushing it from the field tonight, Kevin. Whether it's been on open looks or with the guy draped all over him, he just hadn't missed much. With his percentage in the sky-high range, they've had no choice but to make him their #1 option on every trip.
Such a smart read by Curry. He has an uncanny ability to know whenever one of his guys is open.
Johnson against Irving. Over Johnson. Almost, but it rolls out. What a big possession right here.
No doubt about it, guys. The tension is palpable.
Well, the game is on the line. Who would you rather go to than Steph Curry? Who?
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They trail by 1. There's 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Irving, and the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
That's an unforced error that will drive a coach crazy. You got to play heads up out there.
.24 seconds left in the game, and so they foul intentionally. And now they decide to foul intentionally. As he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second.
It's a good sign when Curry's at the line. That means he's pushing the action, being aggressive, putting the referees in a tough position to make some tough calls.
And he does get the second one. And that will put them up by 2. Here's Irving.
This isn't a done deal yet, but they have got to move quick.
No, you're right. Time is of the essence. You got to move.
Misses from close range. They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
With a chance to ice the game, he's got perfect focus at the line. Now, you could put this one in the books.
And again, Chicago, no good. So it's Los Angeles taking the W in a close one. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Giannis, a hard-fought win for you tonight. What gave you all the advantage?
I think we just stick in our game plan. We moved the ball. As I said, we moved the ball offensively. We played hard defensively. That's why we were able to, keep our composure and win the game.
You guys look calm and cool down the stretch, man. Congrats. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Thank you. And that about wraps it up for Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan Thank you for being with us. See you next time.
All of that, for real. I just copped the phone, got it blacked out. Yeah, look at what I did to it. Look at what I did to it. I just hit the blew a couple bands. Yeah, look at what I did to it. Look at what I did to it. Can't take it with me where I'm going. Might as well blow it. Look at what I did to it. Look at what I did to it. I just put the phone, put the in the life. Yeah, look at what I did to it. For real. Look, I got it rolling though. I got the pull up in foreign though. I know she going though. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I know. I know. I know. Yeah.
I've been moving through the city like a phantom in the opera of a dark caramel. Cleopatra, holy matrimony since in the cabana. Same time I'ma move up to Atlanta. I was in Miami trying to dodge the cameras. It's drama, so dramatic for the.
It's all happening in Dallas, Texas. Here at American Airlines Center, the Trailblazers taking on the Mavericks. The Portland. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin. Hey, Dave.
Kevin, thanks very much. Nikola Jokic loves to pass. He said an assist makes two people happy instead of just one.
Sure is. Thanks, DA. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Pippen, Moses Malone out there with Chamberlain. Then it's Brandon Roy. And it's Frazier in at the 1. And for Dallas, Carter out there with Luka Doncic. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Joel Embiid. And it's Jokic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And there's the pass to Chamberlain. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
But here's the problem. No one's got the strength to move Wilt off his spot, and no one has the height to challenge the shot at its point of release.
And here's Embiid. Out to Carter. Clock at 6. Over Roy. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Boy, he's definitely covered well there. And hey, we know he can knock down the fadeaway shot. Just didn't fall there.
Pass to Chamberlain. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Roy gets the bucket.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Pippen against George. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic and a pretty pass right there.
1:35 left to play in the first quarter. Roy passes to Chamberlain, and Chamberlain with the stuff.
Yeah, that's a great setup. Screen the defender off and let him elevate.
Oh, right, and wasn't the timing ideal? My goodness, the D with no chance to react.
The execution was simply flawless. That, ladies and gentlemen, is how you run that play.
No problems knocking that one down.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Pippen, the pass to Malone. The shot, no good. Good D by Embiid. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Here's George. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Brandon Roy.
Well, you love the energy out there. Paul George is an extremely confident, extremely versatile player, and he brings a great level of activity to both ends.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Hayes, he's checked in for Malone. Pierce comes in for Pippen. Hill, he's checked in for Brandon Roy. And Iverson's subbed in for Frazier.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
Here's Iverson. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Irving against Hill. Here's Payton. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. And that'll tie this game up.
Well, this is why Kyrie Irving can make a defense look bad. He can beat you with his scoring or his passing.
It's taken away by Payton. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate in the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Iverson outside. Here's Chamberlain. That one drops for him. Chamberlain got 6.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically...
It's a tie game in Dallas. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Mavericks so far?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers. He's out there with McAdoo. Then there's Allen Iverson. Then it's Pierce. And it's Hill in at the 2 guard. Now here's Pierce. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Moving it up. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Boy, opportunistic in the triple drive by Julius Randle. Give him a lane and he will force you to hit him.
And a star player at Kentucky, Julius Randle, selected 7th back in 2014.
And it's not easy as a young player to overcome an injury early. But Julius has done that, and he has proven capable as a scorer in the NBA. And that, to me, is where he can make his mark. It's very hard to envision a tougher start to a young man's career. Think back, Julius Randle broke his leg in his first NBA game. But to his great credit, he wasted no time getting healthy and becoming productive.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Here's Payton. And the basket is good. Payton's got the lead up to 2 now for the Mavs. Portland with the ball. So timeout called here, the first for Portland. Greg, can you really compare players from completely different eras? I mean, people love to talk about the greatest of all time.
You know, Kev, some players do transcend eras. There's no doubt about that. Wilt's a great example, and there are many others. But in reality, to your point, the style and the way in which the game was played was so different that it isn't fair. I mean, all you can be is the best of your generation, or one of the best. And I think that should stand no matter what the conversation is.
Like, there's no doubt in your mind Oscar Robertson could play in this era as well as he played when he played.
No doubt. Bill Russell, all those guys.
Yes,
they're truly
yes.
great ones. So much of your ability to perform at a high level is built around your confidence and your belief in your abilities. And those guys had it as much as anybody who's ever played the game.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Moses Malone. He's checked in for Hayes. Pippen comes in for Paul Pierce. Brandon Roy. He's checked in for Hill. And it's Frazier in for Allen Iverson. Good work there as it goes.
Well, Jason Tatum has the kind of size and length to be effective near the cup. Really good job staying in attack mode.
Doncic with the steal. And here we go. Carter heading to the hoop. And it's Malone with the rebound. Trailblazers trail by 4. Roy passes to McAdoo. Roy against Carter. Roy kicks to Frazier. Pippen for 3. Good. Great play set up by Frazier. Pippen's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Carter outside. 50 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Embiid. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Can't hit the free throw line jump.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Now Roy lets a floater go. Good work defensively by Carter.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Portland trailing here.
They can close out the quarter if they want to.
It's all about patience right here. Patience and execution. Get a good look.
And Jokic wide open. He shoots. 2 on the clock. Roy with the block. And they're able to recover. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Mavericks ahead. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk. Well, what can you say about superstar big man Nikola Jokic? Jamal Murray said there's really nothing he can't do other than... That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Without question, Gary Payton displaying his skills today.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Mavericks. It's a one-point game. Embiid is out there with Paul George. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Carter in at the 2 spot. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. Passes it to Frazier. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Chamberlain with the stuff.
The peripheral vision, the decisive delivery. Those are things you love about Frazier's artistry as a playmaker.
Doncic outside. Back to Carter. Over Roy. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Frazier with it. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. He kicks to Malone. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. 6 to shoot. Pippen, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Pippen, simply put, one of the best small forwards of all time. A defensive powerhouse and a fearless scorer.
A different look now for Portland. Hayes, he's checked in for Malone. Hill comes in for Brandon Roy. And Iverson's subbed in for Frazier. Payton passes to Carter. Good on the triple. Carter's got 7 points in the game. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver. I miss
and
going
Seattle,
to
right? Let's get back in both
Seattle.
those cities.
Exactly. Here's George. The teardrop falls in. George has got his 2nd basket.
Just focusing on the task at hand, that's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Here's Iverson. Hayes trying to break free. And Iverson gets it to go. He has 7.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Back to Irving. Over Hill. It's rebounded by Hayes.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Pierce inside the 3-point line. That's good. Great play set up by Iverson. Iverson's got 3 assists in the game. Payton finds Irving. That shot misses. And the Trailblazers going the other way. And now Portland on the break. And that one's good, Iverson.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Outside Irving. Over Pierce. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Trailblazers lead by 5. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. Tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the 4th. Portland leading by 5. On the floor for Portland, they've got Brandon Roy. Pippen is out there with Moses Malone. Then there's Chamberlain, and it's Frazier in at the point guard.
Yeah, and Malone excels at putting himself in a great position, really on both ends. Just a dynamite rebounder and interior scorer.
And both free throws good for Malone.
Boy, a really soft touch on display. It is a luxury to have a big man who can hit from the line at a consistent rate.
Doncic bounce pass. Embiid kicks to Doncic. No good from outside.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Roy. Not going to go that time. George with the defensive effort. Mavericks trail by 7. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off. There's a certain resiliency to this team, and you're starting to see it.
No doubt, keeping it very close. They're going to have to step up even more to get over the hump here.
That one's rebounded by Embiid. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
Well, make no mistake, Paul George is a physical guy. He will not shy away from contact on these moves.
The first free throw is good. And both free throws good for Paul George.
You get the sense this guy relishes getting to the free throw line in these tough moments. You talk about clutch, this guy is it.
Frazier the pass to Roy. Inside. Ooh, the double clutch. Indeed, Chamberlain drops it in.
Maintained his concentration beautifully as he double clutched and laid it in against some tight D.
Pass to Embiid. Out to Doncic. Misses the 3.
And you can see why he might be off on some of his attempts, getting far fewer shots today than he's accustomed to.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
And here is Doncic. The pass to Embiid. And they double up Embiid. Out to Doncic. The three ball. And the three ball is good. Doncic has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Frazier scanning the floor. 55 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Great rim protection to prevent him from converting. Beautiful.
Here's Carter. Jokic trying to free himself up. Yes! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
So much riding on that shot. What a bucket.
I'll tell you, that changes things, doesn't it? Good job, young fella. What a game.
Basket counts, and the Mavericks call time here. They're down by 4. 34 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And now let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Iverson's checked in for the Trailblazers. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. He told them, look, guys, we're running out of time. We're going to make a move. It's got to be now. Are you guys ready to make a move? They all nodded, and he said, then go take it, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're in front by 2. 32 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. The lead is 2. Carter against Iverson. The offensive rebound. Can't hit that one.
Points are an absolute must here.
And no time to waste. Not at this point in the game.
Now, here's Doncic. Pass to Embiid. To tie it up. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.